guys, and welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, you guys, I'm going to show you how to make some more notebooks. I've shown you guys a couple different methods. This one is probably by far the easiest one. We're going to head into Dreamlab using Canva Pro, and we are going to create this image here. And then we're going to go ahead and download it, print from Silhouette Studio, and then we're going to create this notebook. Now, I am using Sublimation notebooks that I purchased from Amazon. Everything will be linked down in the description box below. I'm going to show you the prompts that I used to make this image, and then I did add the Happy New Year to it after the fact. I will show you all of those things, and then we're going to, like I said, download it from Canva Pro. Put it in Silhouette Studio. We're going to print from Silhouette Studio on my converted Epson EcoTank 8550, which is my sublimation printer. And then we're going to sublimate using my HTV Raw AutoPress 2. And then we're going to assemble it with my cinch machine. Okay? It's very, very simple. I know it sounds like a lot. But like I said, with some of the other notebooks that I've shown you, these ones are probably the easiest because you don't have to punch any holes. They come pre-punched. They send you the coil, and they send you the front and the back covers to be sublimated as well. All you have to do is print and press and then assemble the coil. That's it. The composition notebooks might be just as simple, but this I think has a little less steps. Alright, this is one I made for my son. Again, this I did make in Dreamlab as well, but this is the one we're going to be doing in today's video. You guys, look at those colors, and it does have a glossy finish. This is the front. We got a front and a back cover. Okay, and then we have our inside lined pages. Okay, this is what we're doing today, guys, so definitely go ahead and stick around for this.
Okay, guys, so I wanted to just kind of quickly show you some of the prompts that I used to get the images. I did create, so if you saw the reel that I made for Instagram and TikTok, I did use this cover here for another notebook last week. And I just typed in Gryffindor theme. If you try to do stuff like Harry Potter or stuff that's like copyrighted or trademarked, a lot of the times the AI, at least Dreamlab within Canva, will not generate it the way that you want it to. It's not going to generate like an exact image. Like if I wanted to do Barbie, it's not going to give me anything Barbie. You can type in like Barbie theme maybe, or like pink Barbie themed, something like that, and it'll give you. So like for this one, I just typed in Gryffindor theme, and then of course it just kind of gave me these type of images here that would be Gryffindor themed, but you don't see anything like specifically with Harry Potter or the Harry Potter name or things like that because of the copyright infringement. So that's how I ended up getting this one here. And that is definitely the safe route to go, especially if you're going to sell things. You don't want to steal anything from anybody else, any intellectual property. This is how I generated the cover for the notebook that I'm going to be sublimating in today's video. This is the one that I ended up using, and then this is the prompt here. So, you know, if you want to write it down, go ahead and pause the video, and then you can write it down. But I just typed in Black woman with New Year party hat. She will have long brown curly hair. She will have light skin and green eyes. I was trying to get somebody who kind of looked like me. I'm way lighter than this, but that's okay. And then I put there will be a New Year themed background, and she will be holding a champagne glass, and she will be smiling. The key to prompts is you want to be as detailed as possible, okay? This was one here. I typed in olive skin. That was the difference. That's not really giving olive skin to me. So the skin tone is a little off from what I wanted, but that's fine. I was just trying to go for a complexion more like mine. But that's okay. I ended up choosing this one here. So let me go to my home page, and then I'm going to show you because I did end up adding in Once you get the theme, or once you kind of get the image that you want to use, you can just bring it on over. You would just kind of click it and say edit this design. And then I just added the Happy New Year here. So if you get like a perfect image, kind of like this one, I didn't have to do anything to it. Maybe if I wanted to add, because this was for CJ, maybe if I wanted to add his name somewhere, like down here at the bottom, you can just add the name, kind of personalize it. So for here, I just added a gradient, and then in the under the elements tab, you can literally just type in New Year or Happy New Year, and they have a whole bunch of different elements that you can add if you go over to graphics, text. So you got the 2025, you got the banner, you got this 2025, and then it says Happy New Year underneath. You got the fireworks, the balloons, all of that, the champagne glasses. So you can add in more elements if you decide that you just want to customize it just a little bit more and add your own little touch to it, which is what I did. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to share. I'm going to, I will open up Silhouette Studio because I did already print this. You guys, if you can't tell, I'm at home. I did already record the actual making of the notebook in the office, and then I'm doing this part at home, and I'm editing it at home as well. But I want to quickly kind of show you my settings for my Epson EcoTank 8550, which is what I will be printing it from. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Silhouette Studio, and then I will show you my print settings. But when I download it, you just go to share, you go to download. You do want to make sure that for this type of project, you want to get the highest resolution possible. So it's going to be downloaded as a PNG. We're going to take this size toggle. It's really the resolution. We're going to toggle that all the way up, and then you're just going to download the one page. Okay. So let's open up Silhouette Studio. And then let me show you my settings really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna find my printer, which is this one here. So my it's a, like I said, an Epson EcoTank 8550. I'm gonna go over to preferences. And then for this one, I did print it on 11 by 17 paper. I can find it. Here it is. 11 by 17. It's borderless. It's on portrait. I sublimated with, or my settings was premium presentation paper matte. My color is on color and my quality is on high. And then I normally do have the bi-directional printing or the fast printing turned off. And of course, you want to have your mirror checked. But that was my settings for printing both the front and the back cover. That was how I created it in Dreamlab. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything obviously printed out, and then we're gonna meet at the heat press and we will press and put it together.
All right, guys. So I have my prints here. Here's my front and back cover. We printed them the exact same way. Because you don't need to mirror, reverse, or anything like that, as long as you have it checked with your printer settings already, like I showed you. But these are my prints. This is my front and back cover. I have some butcher paper down already that I have covering my plate here, and then I'm gonna press one at a time. Okay, so we're gonna do the front cover first, and I'm just gonna take my paper, place it right down, make sure it's nice and lined up. And then I'm going to take some heat resistant tape. And I'm going to put a piece on the top and a piece of top on the top and a piece on the bottom. And then I'm going to take some more butcher paper, cover it. I'm using my HTV Ront AutoPress 2. This, I'll make sure I leave everything linked down in the description box for you guys, but the settings is 390 degrees for 50 seconds, 50. And we're going to press the front and the back the same way. And then the weight or the pressure is 170 pounds. With sublimation, you do want kind of not firm pressure like you would with puff, but just kind of firmer pressure, just because you want to make sure that when sublimation is adhering to whatever substrate you're pressing it to, there's a gas release. And if your pressure is too light, when that gas releases, it's not going to adhere the ink to the substrate or the blank or whatever it is that you're using. It's going to release and kind of seep out on the edges, and therefore your print will kind of look splotchy or blurry in some parts. So you do want to make sure you have a pretty decent amount of pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. I'm not going to peel it right away because, again, the ink is heat activated. It's a gas release heat activated type of ink. So when it's still smoking and it's still like super hot, that gas is still activated. So if I pull it too quickly, I can cause ghosting. So I'm going to wait about a minute or 2 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll go ahead and peel this together. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and peel it. Oh my gosh. You guys, okay, so I didn't line it up perfectly. I have a little white piece here and a little white piece there. But that's on me. I just didn't line up the print with the cover. But you can't even barely see it. Well, you can see it right here. I don't know. A little bit. Not too bad though. But oh my gosh, do you see these colors and its glossy finish? This looks amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and do, so for the back cover, you guys, this is going to be a little bit different, okay? Because your holes, you don't want to press it the exact same way that you did. I'm going to move this piece out and move this piece over, okay? Because look, you don't want to press the back cover with your holes on the same side that you pressed your front cover, because then it's going to be backwards. So when you're doing your back cover, the best way I would say to do this is to line it up together first. Okay, so here's the front, here's the back. This is how the back should look. Just take it and put it straight down. So when you're pressing your front cover, your holes will be on the left side of your press. When you are pressing your back cover, your holes should be on the right side of your press. If you press them with the holes on the left side, your back cover will be backwards. We don't want that. So you don't have to switch your image around, but you do have to switch the actual cover around. Okay, so just make sure you're doing that. So for the back cover, I'm going to make sure I have it nice and lined up properly. Edge to edge all the way. Okay, that looks good. And again, I'm going to put a piece on the bottom and a piece on top. I'm going to get a piece of butcher paper. And then we're going to cover and press. Same time and temp and pressure. 350. For 90 seconds on 170 pound pressure, which is the pressure for the HTV Raw Auto 2, medium to medium firm if you're using a standard press. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let this press. I'm gonna let it cool for about 2 minutes. I will come back when it's ready to peel. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel. And once again, it looks amazing. This one doesn't have any white edges because I made sure I lined it up nicely. Look at that. That color is absolutely amazing. Okay, we're going to go on over to my table and we're going to assemble this. All right. So we have our two covers here. This is the front, this is the back. Now, these sublimation notebooks come with the front and the back sublimation cover, and then they come with the inside paper as well. I don't remember off the top of my head how many pages it is. And it also comes with the coil. So this is how I assemble mine. Obviously, I have my pages, and they are already like pre-punched and everything. That's what, you know, makes me like these so much, is that they come pretty much already done. All you have to do is sublimate and assemble. So that's the front cover. You take the back cover and you line it up as well. Make sure all the holes are nice and aligned. Make sure your front cover is facing the correct way. Make sure your back cover is facing the correct way. Now, as you can see, if we would have sublimated it with our holes on this side like this, our image would have been upside down. So definitely make sure when you're doing your back cover, you sublimate with your holes on the right side, okay? So that your back cover comes out the correct way. Okay, and then you're going to take the coil and you are going to loop it through the front. Loop it through all the pages, the front cover, the pages, and the back cover. Okay, and then I take my cinch machine here, and this is the part that binds the coils here, and so I just take my cinch machine. You can grab these from Amazon. I'll make sure I leave a link down below, but I put it all the way down. So up here, this knob here is how you determine how much pressure is going to be when you push this down. So because these coils are smaller, this coil is smaller, I put it all the way down to 3/8. My cinch is a little bit older. I don't know if the new ones are different. I think the new one I saw was pink and white. I bought this like 4 years ago, you guys. Okay, so this thing is old. But for mine, it's all the way down a little bit underneath 3/8. So that's as far as it'll go down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in there. We're gonna push this down, and it's gonna close our coils for us. Okay. And then as you can see, the coils are nice and closed, and our book is done. So there's the cover, the inside pages, and the back cover. Okay? I absolutely love this method. Again, it just takes all the kind of guesswork out of it. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy. This is the one I made for my son. It looks so good, okay? It has a glossy finish to it. They look absolutely amazing. So if you don't want to try to, I made this one in Dreamlab too. I just typed in Gryffindor theme. But I made this in Dreamlab, and then I showed you guys how I made this in Dreamlab as well. But super, super simple, you guys. Dreamlab plus some already ready to go sublimation notebooks from Amazon. I mean, simple, right? Anyways, that's all we have for today's video, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Definitely make sure you like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Until next time, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down below. But until next time, bye guys.